Welcome to Keep This in Mind, brought to you by SpechtHealth.com, David A. Specht, and perhaps the best way I could have started this live today was with the wrong screen showing my beautiful face before I went to the intro screen. Why? Because it perfectly illustrates confidence versus arrogance. Confidence versus arrogance. You see, confidence is often defined as the memory of past success that gives you that inner feeling that you can accomplish something again or accomplish something in the future. Arrogance takes it one step too far, where you believe you cannot fail, that you believe that you have this separator between you and other people that only you possess, and that you don't need anybody's help, and you've just got everything. You've got all the tools necessary. Can I tell you that is a very, very, very dangerous place to live? Because you see, we are not perfect. In fact, there was only one perfect person who walked this earth, and he died on a cross for all of our sins. So that means that we are all flawed, that we all have the potential to screw up. I do it every day. You probably do it every day if you were honest with yourself. And so to have arrogance, to think that you are incapable of mistakes or that you are incapable of failing, really puts you at a disadvantage in this life. Because it's the knowledge that we can make mistakes. It's the knowledge that we don't have all the answers that will lead us to accepting help from others. It will lead us to accepting coaching from others. If you look at Michael Jordan, for instance, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, but he had a coach, Phil Jackson, and others. But he also had a personal development coach in Tim Grover. Someone who saw more in him. You see, Michael Jordan had all the confidence in the world. He knew how good he was. But that confidence didn't go all the way to arrogance. Some people think he was arrogant. I think that he was very much on the edge. But he was humble enough to know that he needed a coach. There is a lot of power in humility, in asking for help. I remember a story. It's my own personal story. I ran some photos in one of my publications that came from a third source. I had no idea who the photographer was. I had no idea the context of the photos other than it was young people in business. And I ran these photos giving only credit to the person who had given them to me and not the original photographer. I didn't know who they were, and so I just ran it as it was. Come to find out, the original photographer and one of the subjects of one of the photos was extremely upset. Now, I had done, for the most part, my due diligence, but the thing was, so the middle party didn't convey enough information. So it's not my fault. And I could walk into it with an extreme level of confidence that I did my job. But here's the thing. That doesn't diffuse the situation. Shifting blame does not, even if it's not my fault, accepting the blame is very powerful. Being willing to humble myself and apologize for something that wasn't even really my fault could convey a great deal of power. Now, let me take you through the story. As these people were upset by the publication of these photos, and there's again, nothing bad about the photos in themselves. They were just run without context. They were run without proper credit to the photographer. I scheduled a meeting to meet with the two people that were upset. And as the meeting began, and you could tell by the look on their face, they were ready for bear. They were ready to hit me with everything that they had. I said, before we begin, let me first apologize. I want to apologize and take full responsibility for the situation we find ourselves in today, because it's on me. It's my publication. The buck stops with me, and it doesn't matter who did what. I'm sorry. Their entire countenance changed. And we began to have, they were taken so far aback from somebody not wanting to defend their position so hard, that we were actually able to have a wonderful conversation about not just this situation, but why things got out of kilter. The whole picture, if you will, about why it was an upsetting thing. Come to find out, they weren't really mad at me or my publication. They were mad at a whole breadth of things, and we were able to dive deep into it. And I fostered a friendship that has lasted for years. So what started out as a negative that I could have easily bucked up on and said, no, I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do. Don't tell me how to run my business, turned into a beautiful moment and a beautiful friendship, all because I didn't get arrogant. I was confident that I knew what I was doing. I was confident in how I handled the newspaper, but I wasn't arrogant. I was willing to be humble and vulnerable in that moment for the greater good of the long-term relationship. So I just want to ask you today, are there situations in your life that you're extremely confident in, but you are dangerously close to the side of arrogance? If you believe that somebody in your life couldn't live without you, if you believe that your business couldn't run without you, if you believe that you're the most valuable person on the team and the team owes you something, danger, danger, Will Robinson. Take a hard look at the people you admire. Take a hard look at the Michael Jordans, the Tiger Woods, the successful people in your life that you admire. Even if they have a tremendous amount of bravado, I think if you dig deeper, you'll find that they are willing to ask for help. They have coaches in their life, and they admit that they don't know everything. Because you see, that is the key to this success. You don't know everything. I don't know everything. But the good news is we can all learn together. God bless.